Imagine an empire so diverse that it housed dozens of peoples, languages, and cultures. Now, imagine trying to govern all of that under one system. Sounds impossible? That was the reality of the Austro-Hungarian Empire. But how did it come to be, and more importantly, why did it collapse? Stay until the end to discover how this seemingly powerful empire crumbled so dramatically. In the 19th century, Europe was a political chessboard, with empires competing for land and influence. One of the most complex was the Austro-Hungarian Empire, formed in 1867. Ruled by the Habsburgs, it was one of the largest and most diverse empires of its time. But keeping it together was an enormous challenge, and problems started early. The Austrian Empire had existed for centuries but faced internal struggles, especially pressure from the Hungarians for greater autonomy. In 1867, the Ausgleich, Austro-Hungarian Compromise, was signed, turning the empire into a dual monarchy. On one side was the Austrian Empire, on the other, the Kingdom of Hungary. Each had its own government, but shared the same emperor, military, and foreign policy. On paper, it looked balanced. In practice, things were much trickier. Unlike other empires of the time, Austria-Hungary was not dominated by a single ethnic group. It included Austrians, Hungarians, Czechs, Slovaks, Poles, Croats, Slovenes, Romanians, Italians, and many more. Each had its own culture and language, and not everyone was happy with the power structure. Many sought full independence. Ethnic tensions were constant. While Austrians and Hungarians held most of the power, other groups, like the Southern Slavs, felt marginalized. This dissatisfaction led to revolts and nationalist movements that threatened the empire's stability. By the early 20th century, the empire was already struggling with internal conflicts. But in 1914, everything spiraled out of control. Archduke Franz Ferdinand, heir to the throne, was assassinated by a Serbian nationalist. This event triggered World War I. The war was devastating for Austria-Hungary. Facing military defeats and economic collapse, the empire quickly fell apart. By the war's end in 1918, Austria-Hungary had completely dissolved. New nations like Austria, Hungary, Czechoslovakia, and Yugoslavia emerged from its ruins, marking the end of an era. Austria-Hungary was a fascinating experiment in shared governance and diversity, but also a clear example of how internal forces can bring down even the mightiest empires. Today, its history still echoes in the nations that emerged from its collapse, reminding us of the delicate balance between unity and national identity. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe for more amazing history content. Turn on notifications so you never miss an update, and share your thoughts in the comments. What do you think could have been done to prevent Austria-Hungary's downfall? Let's discuss.